The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
What's up? What's up? Hope you're all having a good Sunday. Sunday afternoon, March, what's the 3rd? 3rd of 2024. What's up? AW Aaron World Order. On the Sunday afternoon, yes. Sunday afternoon stream. Because I'm busy tonight with AEW. It's Sting's last match. And officially retires from wrestling on his terms. So yeah, that's why I'm doing an early stream. Welcome to my show, guys. AWO. Let's Talk Pop episode 73. Before we get into these episodes, and from now on, you're gonna call me Hollywood Aaron, all right? Hollywood Aaron. You know what? I want to change my YouTube name to Hollywood Aaron. I'm kidding. That's a joke. But whatever. So yes, so this is Let's Talk Pop episode 73. Not a major episode today, but we're gonna go on some stuff, specifically Dune 2, Part 2, and Superman, and some other things. I talked a lot about Superman yesterday on my other channel, The Dissect. So if you want to check out The Dissect, go ahead. It was basically going over John Campia, but we're going to talk about it again today. It's the logo of the name change. But we're going to go talk about Dune Part 2. So, and before we get into it, make sure if you're new here, check out my channel for the first time. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and do all that stuff. Please. And if you got an invitation, feel free to come on and talk. So once again, the general rule is, what's up, Hunter? Iggy? The general rule is for spoiler streams. If you don't want to be spoiled about the movie, I suggest you don't watch this stream. If you don't care about spoilers or anything like that, go ahead and watch. It's really up to you. It's not my job. It's really up to you. Spoilers in the title. It's in the title, so it's really still up to you to decide to watch or not. I'm giving you a warning. Yes, I have, but we're not talking about it yet. And invitations are sent out. Dune Part 2. Let's go on with Dune Part 2. And remember, there's my Twitter account down below. Go follow if you want. All up to you. All right. Well, then you're not gonna understand what I'm gonna talk about, and I may not exactly understand what I'm gonna talk about. I may want somebody else to come on if anybody comes on and has seen the movie, but it's up to them. In case I get some stuff wrong. Okay. All right. Let's get into this. I'm going to pull up the Wikipedia page. So, and my video, okay. My video is not the best video. The not spoiler review. That's because I'm testing out new things and testing out a new video maker. I have to kind of buy to get rid of watermark, which I plan to. So it's not exactly the best. And I only go in detail about two characters in that little review. Because if I read all the characters, that review would be like 30 minutes long. And I did not want to go 30 minutes long. Okay? I just went on to talk about Timothy Chalamet's character, Paul Atreides, and Zendayas character, Chani. Or Chani. I don't remember. Chani. Okay. In just a minute. No, okay. So before I get a spoiler review, the cast is, I'll go down the list of the cast if you're not sure who's in it. Well, Timothy Chalamet plays Paul Muad'Dib Atreides. Muad'Dib is basically the chosen one, the Messiah, I guess. Technically, that's what it's called. That's what it implies. Zendaya Chani, a young freeman warrior, and Paul's love interest. Rebecca Ferguson is Lady Jessica. His mother, she eventually becomes a Reverend Mother. You got Josh Brolin as Gunny Halleck, who was the former military leader, and he does come back. Austin Butler is Fade Ratha Harkonnen. He's basically youngest nephew and the heir to the House of Harkonnen. He's basically a really sadistic, I wouldn't say assassin, but I think engineer, yeah. Dave Bautista as Glossu Wabu Harkonnen. He's the brother of Fade, of Austin Butler's character. Christopher Walken is the Empire, Shaddam, the Padish Emperor. Leda Sadu is Margaret Fanning. What she does, it's a close friend, but the kind of stuff she does, even though her role is limited, but she has, it's what stuff that she plans. You got, I don't know how to say her name. You got Celia Yakub Shilatsky, a freeman warrior and Chinese friend. Stan Skarsgård is Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Now, Baron is not his first name. Baron, if you know what a Baron is basically someone who's kind of command in the Empire, who kind of, right? But his name is Vladimir Harkonnen. He's obviously the father of Fade, no, the uncle of Fade and Glossu, Robin, Austin Butler's and Batista's characters. We find out there's more to his family than those two nephews. We'll talk. We'll get into that later. Very big implications. Charles Rampling as Gaius Helen Muliam. She's the I think the Reverend Mother to the Empire, basically. Javier Bardem Stigler, he's the leader of the Freeman tribe, and he is the very religious leader who believes in Paul as the Messiah. So also Anna Taylor-Joy does make an appearance for a couple minutes, and we'll talk about her, what her role is, and what her future is. Okay. As we left off, right? As we left off from the first movie, if I remember correctly, Paul and his mother, were on the run from the Harkonnen, right? And at the end of the first Dune movie, Harkonnen Empire, right? The Empire. And they just went into the Freemen, right? The ones who want to overthrow the Empire, right? And be free of them, right? And okay. So we start off with Florence Pugh's character, who is the Empress. Well, not the Empress yet. Who would be the Princess Ireland, the Emperor's daughter, who, of course, right, would inherit the Empire, the Padish Empire. But if something happened, obviously, but we'll talk about that later on. Right, so they kind of Paul and the Freeman, Zendaya and Javier Bardem's character, they kind of ambush the what would you call them? What would you call them? The the soldiers, and they leave them to the worms. And the funny thing about the worms, I kind of have a funny name for the what happens with the worms and what the freemen are able to could do with the worms. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I was laughing. I was just watching the part where I'm just watching with the worms and the freemen, and I'm just watching. I'm like, oh my god, they're going skiing. Why are they going worm skiing? So yeah, I call them riding the worms worm skiing. Worm skiing. Okay. So and we find out who was running. We find out that it was Batista's character was trying to be the one that's running and trying to make sure all the free men are all done or wiped out, whatever. But fortunately, things don't go his way at the beginning, and he's frustrated. Stellan Skarsgård's character is kind of like second in command to the Emperor, right? He's the one who carries out missions, all this, right? He gets word from the Empire. The Emperor is the one who tells him, and Stellan Skarsgård is the one who basically. Yeah, they did admit they did cut a character, a very powerful character, and they did admit, I would think somebody was. I did think that we're going to be some more deaths in, at least some deaths in this on the good guys side, but nobody from the good guys, or if he good guys per se, died. Nobody on Paul's the tribe side died. The Paul, Chinese, Stegard died. Like all the. Okay. I'll say before I go on, this movie is visually great, and the story is religious, right? It's religious. The thing I don't like, I felt like some of the action scenes were too short. The action scenes were like 2 or 3 minutes long. You're going to to war with you're going to war against the Emperor, the tyrannical empire. Those action scenes were 2 or 3 minutes long, and the Empire was, I'm sorry, but they jobbed out in this film. They were jobbers. DeGrassi knows what I'm talking about. They were jobbers. Okay? Obviously, we know they fall. Because in the next I want to say chapter, but the next book, and as time goes on with the Dune series, the Empire is gone, and something else. There's new conflict arises, but still, the Emperor looked really the Empire, right? It looked really weak in this film. Really weak in this film. Terribly weak. I'm sorry, like weak. Batista was basically jobbed out. Batista's character was just a dumb hothead, basically. I know some of these characters are close to their counterparts, but you could change a little bit for the film, make him not look weak. Like, I'll just say that the Empire looked really weak. And the thing is it's just that the free men look. It's like it's amazing how they're able to get all these technological weapons when it looks like they shouldn't be able to. Who the hell is giving them all these weapons? What technological civilization? What civilization was able to give all these weapons? Because if you really look at who was able to smuggle the weapons to them, who was able to give them all those weapons? Okay, I'm like, those weapons should not be able to beat the like. They're not. The Empire weapons should be more powerful than the Freeman's weapons. Okay. But okay, so enough about that. So the thing is, there's these tribes, right? There's different tribes. Free men. They're free men, but they're all different tribes. You got the north and the south. You got the religious and the non-religious. Yeah, maybe in the third movie. Well, he did say it was gonna be a trilogy, right? And here's Dune 3 bit of Messiah, right? The Messiah. Actually, that's not the last of the books. There's actually more books after the Messiah. And so we get in this movie, we get the relationship between Chani and Paul, blossom, right? At the beginning, in the middle, blossom at the middle. The thing is, Paul doesn't really care about him being the chosen one, the Messiah, supposedly. All he cares is about basically getting back at the Empire, helping him fall, helping the free man take down the Empire, obviously for personal reasons. But Stigler, Howard Barnes' character, who's really religious, sees that Paul is the chosen one, the Messiah, the one that's going to lead him, right? Right? It makes and prosper, whatever. Take down the Empire and prosper for a better, yeah. Hey, Anthony. Yeah, so this is the second film, so it's Doom Prophecy and Doom Messiah hit. So they didn't even call it Doom Prophecy, but I think they are going to give the third movie an actual title. I think that's the plan. Okay. Okay. And Chani doesn't really believe in the thing is the difference between Chani and Stigler. They may be fighting for the same cause, but not exactly in the same belief. Chani doesn't believe in the religion aspect of the chosen one, the Messiah. Doesn't really believe. She's not religious. She's just not the religion thing. She thinks it's, and it thinks, despite when they take down the empire, she still thinks if they go down that road, that another form of another tyrannical, another fascist, another empire will rise. And if you fast forward to the end, she's kind of right. She is kind of right. Her point sticks, and obviously that's why she decided she went her separate ways. She basically decided to leave the free man, Paul, and all that at the end, because she saw how Paul, despite having good intentions, was starting to become power hungry, and was starting to get power hungry, also angry, little vicious, little fascist kind of like mentality in it. She did not. Oh, Doom Prophecy, the HBO series. That's what they're talking about. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That's what they're talking about. This is what they were talking about in the John Campea show yesterday, right? Doom Prophecy, right? Thank you. Yeah, I remember now. Now, so the Emperor basically kind of downplays the threat of Paul, but his daughter reminds him, yes, because I think they said it's going to come out very soon. But his daughter, for the Peel's character, kind of reminds him, don't underestimate the power of faith, belief, and hope. And she was right. She was right. The daughter was right. Now, the daughter, to me, she seems conflicted, right? She seems of the whole empire, She seems like she understands from one point, but she doesn't exactly agree with everything, right? There's like some gray in her, right? There's some gray into her, right? And I know in the future, probably in Messiah, because I would think the Messiah, the third movie will take place a couple of years after this film. after this film. I assume we're going to fast forward to the future after this film with the third film. Okay. And I'm not talking about 1 year. I'm not talking about 1 year. I'm talking about at least 5 years, 5 to maybe 10. Your daughter will be born. He'll have a sister. Yes, Anna Taylor-Joy is going to play a sister. As you know, Lady Jessica, aka the new Reverend, is pregnant. It turns out it's a female. And once he was able to drink that liquid from, yeah, it could be a decade for sure. Okay. Now, when Lady Jessica becomes a new Reverend Mother, because the Reverend Mother was on the verge of basically passing away, they did not know she was pregnant, right? So she becomes a new Reverend Mother, and you could tell as she becomes a new Reverend Mother in that she's being kind of manipulated, right? She was religious, but she was kind of being manipulated. But she kind of gave her. She's kind of being manipulated, right, by the baby. Now, the baby, like I said, the baby is Paul's sister. Paul's sister, who's going to play Aaliyah by Anna Taylor-Joy. Okay, here's what I'm gonna be bong on this. Paul is seen as a Messiah, right? And he has visions that he may be leading people to their death in the future, billions of deaths, right? But I think I think this is why I think this kind of a religion-like movie, because this basically has a lot of religion stuff into it, religion symbolism, a lot of religion prophecy, stuff like that. The sister, I think that you're gonna change up. I think the sister is gonna be like a manipulator. She is manipulating, but she's gonna be a manipulator. She's gonna be devious. She's gonna be. Paul's gonna see him as a Messiah, and she's gonna be seen as the anti-Messiah, the Antichrist. And I'm sorry for my Christian fans. I hope you don't get offended by that. But I think she's gonna be like that. She's gonna be like the devil or the Antichrist, where Paul's gonna be seen as a Messiah. And whether you believe in Jesus or not, you get the idea. You get the idea. And you could tell by the end of the film, the empire may fall. The emperor is going to fall, right? The empire is fallen, right? Paul and the free man have won. They're taking down all the houses who refuse to surrender. But as you know, at the ending, secretly in Lady Jessica, the Reverend Mother, in the stomach, where they could kind of communicate with each other, the next war. And what's the next war? It's not a war based on the land and stuff, on spice. It's the holy war, a religious war. And you're probably going to see religion divided in the future. And you see all these free men, they're going to be divided eventually in the future. Some probably stick with Paul, and some will probably stick with other people, another leader. Because Paul is going to get to a point where he's going to end up becoming what the empire was. The empire was. Because you've seen it already. He made demands to the emperor. He's going to marry his daughter off like that. Right? You've seen it already. And now, obviously, he's also been manipulated by that because he drank the thing. Yeah. Exactly. See, exactly. That's a lot of people, man. I don't know. Like, how do you get 60 billion people? So, and it's going to create a divide between free men in the future. Well, they're not going to be called free men anymore, right? And we're going to see whose side they're going to take. And I know, I haven't read all the books, but I know Paul and Chani have kids. Paul and Chani have kids. In the future, one of the kids does kind of get manipulated. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm not looking at the films. I'm looking at the books. Let me see. So, kind of like Paul. Uh, yeah. So Paul kind of sees his, he sees himself as the hero, the Messiah, the good guy, right? Eventually, at the end. But we all know, you can see his heel turn at the end. His heel turn. Well, you think he's doing it for a good reason, and maybe he is in his mind, and everybody believes in his mind. But you gotta remember, you got, you got religious cults out there, right? Stuff like that in real life. They'll fall for anything sometimes, right? Um, Dune Messiah. Yeah, Dune Messiah is the third book. Then we got Children of Dune. And look, to let you all know, there's a lot of Dune books. Okay, and uh, so this film. This film is very. It could offend some. I guess if you're not offended by religion, this film will be fine. If you're okay with it, it's fine. Because I can see some people be kind of a little offended by it because this is one of these shows that goes really, really deep into religion and the religion aspect of yeah, that's true, Degrassi. But they really go into this because I don't want to get too controversial with this religion, the religion aspect, but this is an allegory for well the rise of Catholicism and And this is yeah, I'm comparing to that when Catholicism ran rapid over the world, over right, trying to take over, right, trying to take over the world. They went to right. It's just kind of like that. Even though the Messiah, like whatever, Jesus wasn't the one doing it, it was the followers after that. Also, and right, it's based also not just it's very heavily Middle Eastern influenced. You could tell the Messiah aspect. It's very the Messiah. Messiah is Messiah in Hebrew. It means Messiah. All right. So Messiah is a very very Western religion, Middle East Western religion concept. The clothing they wear, very desert Middle Eastern kind of concept. It's very like that. And you know how they say like, how Degrassi says Paul is responsible for 60 billion deaths, right? Well, not technically, obviously, Jesus is not responsible for that. Let's just get that out of the way. But his followers to say you either this obviously way back then, but his followers either when Catholicism was rising, either become one or die and go to hell, right? Right? Conquest. That's what this is kind of like. Okay, and that led to obviously eventually it led to well England and France, Spain, Portuguese, and obviously England to a point where England decided, you know what? I'm sick of this stuff. I'm sick of this stuff, man. Like I forgot which king it was. The king is like, I think it's because he wanted a divorce. He wanted to divorce his queen or whatever. Was it George? Was it King George? I think it was King George, right? And that's where you got the Protestant aspect of right? And the Protestants went to war with Catholics, right? So I'm sorry, I'm getting the religion here. I need somebody that's little. I mean, I think if I had my friend George here, I would. Nice, nice. But Warner Brothers has a lot of film, some big films this year. They do. Okay. Last year was the month of Warner Brothers too. Last year with Barbie. This year, and I know it made a couple million less than the opening weekend of Oppenheimer, but I'm still on that train where I think it's gonna hit $1 billion. Okay, I'm not getting off that. I'm not getting off that train. I'm not getting off the next stop. I still think it's gonna hit $1 billion. This movie. Okay. Okay. So I know it's been half an hour. I still got a lot of time. Don't worry. I got a lot of time before the pay per view. I got a lot of time, guys. Don't worry. I got a lot of time before dinner. Actually, I'm gonna finish this before dinner, about maybe an hour, hour and a half. I don't know. Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, what I don't like about this film, and I'll tell you, it's better paced than the first film. Okay, the first film, well, visually all that, it was still a good film. The first film was slow. Was really slow. The second film was not as slow, but the action scenes needed to be longer. Needed to be longer. And if that's trimming down some dialogue scenes that don't necessarily not needed, fine, fine. But the action scenes need to be longer. If you're gonna make this one big move, if you're gonna make this a one big war movie or take down Empire, you gotta make it Lord of the Rings style, man. You gotta make it Lord of the Rings style, okay? Where the battles, Helm's Deep and the other one, in Gondor, that took what? That was like 20 minutes? 15, 20 minutes? I don't know. You gotta make it like that. Star Wars. Their final battle scenes, whether it's uh and I'm talking about Return of the Jedi, whether it's Luke versus Vader slash Palpatine or Lando, Lando and the Rebels going to destroy the second Death Star, or Han Solo, Leia, Chewbacca, R2D2, and C3PO are with the Wookiees, in the Rebel base, not the Rebel base, the Empire's base, to shut off the shield so that Lando could and the rebels could destroy the Death Star. You gotta make something like that. You gotta make it epic. You gotta make it epic. And the way that Villeneuve came out said, you can make a great movie, visual, stunning, and not necessarily great dialogue. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If that's the case, so why don't you just add more to action? Why don't you just add more action scenes, make it visually more stunning with the action scenes? Harvey Bardem might do Marvel next. Yeah, it's a watch. Yeah, I know. I heard. Okay, that's a nitpick. I know my friend Blind has some nitpicks. I'm gonna say this: the deaths in this film were very tick whiter about them. I'll say this: the deaths are very underwhelming. But okay, I agree with and we also find out we find out that Paul is secretly a Harkonnen. He's the grandson of the Baron. Great Vandal Savage. You think they would do Vandal Savage? Wouldn't Vandal Savage be like DC's version of Kang? Not in terms of multiverse, but in terms of time. Like, because Vandal Savage, as you know, if you know the story of Vandal Savage, he's basically one of the first humans, right? Like, basically caveman Neanderthals. And obviously, like, an asteroid hit him and gave him super intelligence and basically immortal life. And Vandal Savage is basically there responsible for every major war that's going on, major war in the history of humanity, in Earth's history. You think they would do something like that? Honestly, Degrassi, if I was any actor looking to do a comic book movie, I might look at DC and over Marvel. Yeah, honestly, I might look at DC and over Marvel, because my hot take is I think DC. Oh, yeah, the DC movies are terrible, but I think the DC movies do a better job of storytelling than Marvel does lately. The Batman, look at that. Who would want Batman has the best storytelling, man? Yeah, paycheck is a paycheck. That's true. And if he is gonna be a voice of I don't know, Galactus Silver Surfer. I mean, I don't think if it's gonna be Galactus, I don't think that's much hard work to do. Really, honestly. But like, I think I would go to DC. Honestly, I think I would go to DC. Okay. Yeah, they are. They are. But I like the casting. Well, I don't know. I like the casting for Superman Legacy. I like Rachel Borson. She's a great actress. I like Wendell Pierce as Perry Wright, who just got announced. Basically official a couple days ago. And we're definitely gonna talk about Superman Legacy in the like again. Uh, Nicholas Hall is Lex Luthor. I mean, I was up for that casting. Oh yeah, he was in that movie. I remember he was in the Jaws movie. Uh, I think it depends on the actor because I know David Cornsred is the main lead, right? Is the main lead, right? But I think somebody like Nicholas Hoult will probably get a higher salary because he's more well known, and more as a more better and more well known, more a bigger filmography. So I think the guy like Nicholas Hoult probably be making more than David Corset. David Corset, just because of that, not because of the Wolves are playing. And I can say the same thing maybe for who else? Maybe Rachel Borshat because well she's a girl and I don't know, but and yeah, and I can see her definitely too because she's more well known than David Corset. Now there's people that know David Corset, like if you're in the circles, but more people. More general people know who Rachel Borshat is and who Nicholas Hoult is. Um, and Randall Pierce has been around, but obviously, all right. And you know, Dune, the Dune movie was. I want to see how much Dune cost, how much that made. I want to see how much the 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 budget is 190 million. The budget for Dune 2 is 190 million. So far, it's made 178 million, so it's definitely gonna make its money back. Um, uh, um, so and Dune 2 probably like I bet you some actors took a pay cut to be in that film when Dune. Who's Chris Stefano? Chris? I might have seen him before. Oh, I know this guy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Steve Lom. You know, I'll say this. You know, I'll say this. You know how Bill Maher makes shit of comic book movies, makes fun of comic book movies. I guarantee you, if DC or Marvel asked him just for a small role in a comic book movie, he would take the money. I think he would take the money. But all right, so okay, let's. I guess we could switch to Dune Two now. I mean, not to Dune Two, Superman Legacy. Even though I was talking about for 5 minutes already. Okay, so logo reveal. Logo reveal. Here's Superman Legacy logo reveal. And yes, Superman Legacy's title has been changed to just Superman in capital letters. No Superman Legacy, just Superman in capital letters. The logo is very similar to the Kingdom Come Superman. The only difference is the colors of the logo, but it's very similar to the Kingdom Come Superman. And yes, the title is Superman versus fine. We don't the name the title sells itself. Booster Gold. Uh, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. They should say. They should come up with it already. Okay. If they know who Booster Gold is, these people didn't know who Supergirl is until it was announced. They don't know who. They don't know. I don't know. I don't believe Booster Gold's cast yet. Now, me and Degrassi have a possible theory here with Superman Legacy. We think John Cena might be in it. Might make a cameo in it. It's a possibility. Because, and I'm going to talk about this in wrestling tomorrow. It's really weird because John Cena is supposedly not going to be available for WrestleMania 20, 40. My God, 20. I'm so stupid. Okay. Available for WrestleMania 40. And the possible reasons why he might be shooting season 2 of Peacemaker. And I'm like, wait a minute. How can he be shooting? How could James Gunn be directing Peacemaker at the same time he'd be directing Superman Legacy? Because WrestleMania is in 5 weeks. Well, actually, it's 4 weeks now since this Sunday. In 4 weeks. And Superman Legacy is not going to be done in a month. I can tell you that. That's a fact. Superman Legacy is not going to be done filming in a month. I think. Yeah, that's the thing. He'll do Peacemaker after Superman Legacy. The only problem is he's not going to be filming Superman Legacy. Peacemaker next month, because Superman Legacy won't be finished next month. So the timing doesn't make sense. It doesn't line up for Peacemaker season 2 being filmed in April, because WrestleMania is April when Superman Legacy just began filming a couple days ago. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. That's not gonna work. Maybe now this comes from a wrestling trade, not a Hollywood trade. It comes from a wrestling trade. Okay. But maybe they meant Peacemaker. It's gonna be in Superman Legacy in some sort. In some way. Maybe that's what they meant. He's gonna film something for Superman Legacy. But if he's going to have like a small role, does he really need to take WrestleMania off for that? Can he just make a guest appearance at WrestleMania? Like seriously, you don't film. Actresses don't film 7 days a week. 7 days a week. And wrestling is on the weekend. So I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. He won't if he's not going to be on WrestleMania. But I can tell you, it's not for Peacemaker season 2 because of Superman Legacy. It doesn't make sense. I've never seen a director direct 2 projects at once. And that's probably the reason why they did not show Henry Cavill Superman at the end of Peacemaker, because James Gunn knew he was not going to bring back Cavill for his and Safran's new DCU. They knew they're not going to use his Superman, Cavill Superman, in the future. So it's really yeah. So, but yeah, let's get back to this. Now, people are insinuating Kingdom Come, right? Kingdom Come. You think Kingdom Come? You think Superman Legacy is going to be Kingdom Come right away? Kingdom Come is going to be something that's going to be built up to, all right? Build up to. It's not going to be a first thing out. Superman Legacy or Superman is not going to be basically Kingdom Come expired, right? It's going to be Kingdom Come is going to be something that's going to be built up to. Maybe elements of Kingdom Come will be in it, whatever, but it's not going to be the first thing, man. You're not going to Superman is not going to be Superman Kingdom Come, okay? Okay? That's not going to happen. An Endgame event, stuff. Yeah, exactly, something like that. Like an Avengers kind of like Endgame, something like that. Big time, big time climax, not climax, because Endgame was the climax of the first phase, right? The first three phases, something like that. It's a climax of the first few. Like I didn't necessarily go by phases, but I guess chapters, maybe chapters. Maybe if it's chapters, maybe metaphorically a book. Maybe Endgame would be Kingdom Come would be the final chapter of the book that Safran and Peter Safran and James Gunn are writing first, and then the second book would be brand new chapters of a new big Endgame level event that they're going to develop, and that could come in. I don't know. That's a long time off, man. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future? Kingdom Come won't happen for like a really, really long time. Okay? Don't expect this to be in the next Kingdom Come. Don't expect this to be the next 5 years. If you're expecting a Kingdom Come kind of movie in the next 5 years, I hate to bust your bubble. You gotta remember, Endgame took about 10 years, actually a little over that, 11, whenever Iron Man came out. Okay? I think that's 11, 12 years. 2019, 2008, 2009, about 11, 12 years. Okay? Might be okay? You're gonna need some other players to be involved to get the Kingdom Come. Okay? And all right, I feel like my headset's gonna fall off because of my fucking hair. Maybe I should get a haircut soon. I'm sorry for my swearing. I apologize. Uh I don't know what's but what else is there to talk about? So So Degrassi, I just read now, Hollywood's major below the line unions, IATSC and Teamsters, have held a rally ahead of negotiation with the studios. AMPTP, hear us loud and clear. These workers may work below the line, but doesn't mean their wages and benefits should be near the poverty line. So there's some labor union news from to let you know. So, do you think they're gonna go, man? Like, if the IAC does go on strike, would it really halt production of a film or a TV show? Would it really do that? You think it would be enough to affect production? I understand actors. When is their deal up? When does it expire? It sounds like if they're doing this pre-authorization vote, it sounds like their bargaining agreement is getting about to expire. because this is we were like we said this is not over yet. Oh yes, I forgot about that. That's a good point. Yeah, there was an accidental death on a crew member of Marvel Spotlight Wonder. Yeah, I remember that. So, did anything come out of that? What's like any lawsuits from the family? Anything? Um, anything come out of that? Like seriously, that's yeah, they can use that definitely. That's something they're gonna use to their advantage because that's important. That's important. That's major. It's major. I mean, also, you know what they could use? Does this affect props also? Props on set? July 31st. Oh, that's what's the MLB trade deadline? There will be lawsuits, yes. Ugh. Sorry, I had to turn on my light there. It affects everything. I'm sorry if I'm a little itchy. Wow. Well, from crafty to construction. Oh, so basically constructing like the props and the set, lighting, um, all that stuff. Yeah. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Not craft, not craft, craft macaroni. Yeah, that's what you meant. Craft macaroni. That's what you really meant. The craft macaroni. That's what you really meant. Admit it. Okay. Anything labor related. So this is so basically like so this is affect so this affect shooting like camera shooting, filming actual filming like with the cameraman too. I guess I consider it's labor, right? If they can't, if that, yeah, if the cameramen go on strike, they can't shoot. They can't shoot unless they find scabs. Good, good. You know what? They should be bringing their own lunch. They should be able to bring their own lunch. They should bring their own lunch from the beginning. They're bunch. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No soap. No soap opera commercials. Wow. 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 See, the thing is, with 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 the when the actors were on strike, right? They're able to get a special. What was it called? They're able. Some productions were able to get a. What was it called? I forgot what it's called, but they're able to get. They were able to get some. Not precautions, but they're able to get permission to film, right? To film and stuff, right? They get permission first, right? Right? Permission, right? They can't. I don't think. I don't think a waiver. I don't think it. I don't think it can happen here. I don't think it can happen here because You have to right. I think right. No live events, no trade shows. But if it does expire July 31st, uh, if it does expire July 31st, we still may get Comic Con, and they can still announce stuff technically. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they start rallying now and making notice of it, despite the CBA expiring July 31st, that's when they could go on strike. I might be a little optimistic here, but I think they're not going to go on strike. I think they'll get a deal done. I think they're going to get a deal done because these are the backbones of filming. Yes, you need actors and actresses to be on film. Yes, you need writers to help write scripts. Yes, you need a director and producers, all this shit and all this VFX, all this stuff. But you need these people. But you need these people, these hard labor people, to help out. Okay, because it's always the little people. It's always the little people. It's not the major people. It's the little people that are truly the backbone of work, of the labor of labor. And it doesn't matter which kind of job you work in. It's always the little people. They're the backbone, right? So no, I think you may disagree with me, Degrassi and Anthony, but I think they might get a deal done between now and July. Now, when wow, how do you know all this? You know what I like about you, Degrassi? You do a lot of research. Like you're that's what I like about you. You do a lot of research. That's what I respect about you, man. You do a lot of research. Not just on the entertainment stuff, but outside. Because I would never known that. I honestly would have never searched that up. But I'm glad somebody does that for me. Like, see, you'd be a better producer on these talk shows that get things wrong. Yeah, I'm referring to when I said that, I'm referring to the Dakota Johnson interview. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Is that the Degrassi? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Agreed. You got to get a deal done, man. They need to get it. They need to get a deal done with this. Because I hope the actors and actresses, I hope SAG and WGA, I hope they go on the picket lines with them, on the rallies with them, because they know they know that these workers need proper rights too, proper safety, better safety, more money, but they also know they need these workers because they know They can't go through another half year of what they just went through. Because it affects their careers too, their jobs. Yeah. So yeah, this is where I think a studio, the studios are going to cave in again. They got to, man. Uh, I hope so, man. I hope they get something done. Safety first, man. All right. You know what? A little shorter video stream today. I wasn't going to talk much today. I talked about the main two things I want to talk about. This is a great third topic to talk about. It's very serious, very, very important. Very important to talk about. But thank you for coming on for Dune, talking about Dune Part 2 spoiler review. And thank you for coming and talking about Superman, not Superman Legacy, Superman now. And thank you for talking about this. I know usually on this kind of show, I talk about more than that, but not today because of things. But tomorrow I'm going to talk about wrestling on my wrestling channel. We're going to talk about AEW, more specifically Sting's last match, retiring. I know. Yeah, so tonight's thing is officially retiring his last match. We're going to talk about The Rock and Roman Reigns and the challenge they laid out for Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, and what they should do with the Oscars in the week, and how they should incorporate wrestling, The Rock, how WWE should incorporate The Rock into the Oscars, like how they should incorporate the current story into the Oscars. And yeah, I have some ideas. Not going to happen. They're not going to make The Rock go a character to the Oscars. The Rock is going to be Dwayne Johnson at the Oscars. It's going to be his normal self. But come on, like we can imagine, right? We can have fun with that, right? We can have fun with that because I know what I would do. And get promotion for WrestleMania, man. Also talk about potential Sylvester Stallone, WrestleMania 4, and the reason is why it makes sense to Sylvester Stallone. Rocky is Sylvester Stallone, right? Synonymous with the city of Philadelphia. That's where WrestleMania is going to be in Philly. Yeah, but so yeah, look for that tomorrow, and I'll see what I do. So Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, I'll definitely do something. Tuesday, I might do another Let's Talk Pop, and Wednesday, maybe I dissect if I could find something. And Thursday, Thursday something is random, either a dissect or Let's Talk Pop, or even a wrestling video or a sports wrestling video. Thursday is usually random, so be on lookout. But usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I'm gonna do Let's Talk Pop and Let's Dissect. And Saturdays to Sunday, except for this week, Saturdays you're gonna go back to Let's Talk Pop, and Sundays are gonna be the Dissect. Except this week I did the switcheroo. But yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below, guys. Enjoy Sunday night. Enjoy if you watch AEW, enjoy Sting's last match, retirement, and have a good night. Take care, everybody.